Breeze topic number 6 tonight. We're making good time tonight too. Europeans do get deported too. That's an interesting topic. Let's see what this takes us to. Seems like it's YouTube. And what we'll do, we'll watch the video and then we'll talk about it.
The visa of the man you are seeing on the screen right now. This man came to Nigeria with his raid to the sixth ways. He brought his raid to the season with him in an extra luggage, and the federal government of Nigeria was like,
Oh, hell no!
You cannot do this here. You would have to pack your load and go. So that's the situation we're going to be covering in today's video. But before we fully dive into this video, I would love to share something with you guys. I frequently get messages from people who've got mad love for the motherland and wants to learn more about her. So I thought I'd introduce a particular creator to you guys. He's an African storyteller who goes by the name The African Diary. His stories are entertaining, yes, but they are also educating. Plus, he's very much passionate about uniting the African people, home and abroad.
You probably heard me say this before. I prefer using the term Africans instead of black people because the connection to the landmass carries way more power. But I wrongfully assumed that everybody knew about this piece of information I'm about to share with you. However, even without this piece of information, I will still be referring to us as Africans. The African Union has 6 regions, but on the African continent, there are only 5 regions. Southern Africa, Eastern Africa, Central Africa, Western Africa, Northern Africa, then the last but not the least, the 6th region is the diaspora. Therefore, power to all my African people, those at home and abroad.
Yeah, that's one of his videos from TikTok. His no one gets left behind mentality really drew me to him, you know. I have been following him for roughly 2 years now, and I have learned so much from him. So if you're interested in fun stories from Africa and you want to learn more about the continent, I would recommend you check him out. Maybe you could learn a thing or two from him as well. So that being said, I have linked his YouTube channel, his podcast, and his other socials down below in the description and in the comment section as well. So without further ado, let's get back to today's video. The federal government of Nigeria has revoked the visa, residence, and work permit of Roger Brown, a popular British businessman and investor in Nigeria. The federal government took the move over the allegation that the British business mogul racially abused his Nigerian staff. And this was disclosed in a tweet by Bashir Ahmad, the special assistant to President Muhammadu Buhari on digital communications on Thursday, March the 10th of 2023. Mr. Ahmad's tweet reads, "The federal government has revoked visa, residence, and work permit of Roger Brown, a British businessman and CEO of Seplat Energy PLC, an oil and gas exploration and production company based in Nigeria, over alleged raid to the system, favoring of foreign workers and discrimination against Nigerian employees." Reacting to the development, the former senator of Kaduna Central and chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, Shehu Sani, commended the development. His words read, "Raid to the system in Nigeria. The revocation of the visa of the CEO of Seplat Energy PLC, Roger Brown, by the federal government over the allegation of racism against Nigerians in their company is commendable. You can't come to our country to make money and discriminate against our people." See, when I receive updates like this from my country, Nigeria, if I know how my body they sweet me, like I swear, they give me joy. Yes, my country, Nigeria, we have a lot of work to do in the country. But you see, one thing we do not tolerate in Nigeria is this madness. Like, you cannot bring it here. And this is not the first time that the federal government is addressing racism in Nigeria. There was a time in 2019, 2020 that Chinese restaurants were talking about how they were not going to accommodate Nigerians, and their establishment was shut down. Like, you cannot come to Nigeria and you will not say you want to be misbehaving racially. If you're not lucky, area boys will forget bottle for your head. We have a saying in Nigeria, and the saying goes like this: if you do anyhow, you go see anyhow. How can I even translate that in English? If you misbehave, basically, you go collect. Okay, that's more pidgin English. But I know you guys follow. I know you guys get what I'm saying. There was a time, what year was that even? I can't remember. Long story short, there was this white guy who came down here and he was effing around racially and he found out. No, he wasn't unalived or anything. He was just giving a well-deserved lesson. See, Nigerians are nice, welcoming, loving people. If you come to Nigeria and you behave yourself, you would not have any issues at all. But when you come to Nigeria, you say you want to misbehave. I comment my reserve.
Like Nigerians to white people. Nigerians don't tolerate any nonsense that comes their way. And that's why there are not so many white people in Nigeria, because they think Nigerians are rude people. They think the Nigerians are not polite people to work with. But that is not the case. The Nigerians don't tolerate nonsense. And every time they answer you, you will think they are fighting. They are not fighting. They are emphatic. They know what they want.
Like, these folks literally can stay in Europe or the US. Nobody begged you people to come to Africa to begin with. I don't understand why Ray to desist. Come to Africa. How is it that you hate Black people, but then you come to Nigeria where there are 200 million plus of us? Make it make sense. Words cannot express how pleased I am by the actions of the federal government in regards to this issue. This is how we are supposed to be protecting one another and standing for ourselves. Nigeria, my country. We used to try to share our own lie. Like, I just remember what happened in 2021 with the whole Omicron situation. You guys remember how these folks created a red list of countries they didn't want coming into their country? First of all, there was nothing red about that list. That list was a freaking black list. But you know what Nigeria did? Nigeria retaliated. My country, Nigeria, was like, oh, so what you are saying is we can't come into your country. Ah, no problem, oh. Meaning you can't come into our country either. Oh God, I think we like Nigeria. Truly, we know they carry last. And this right here is the energy that we as a people, continentally, worldwide even need to have, because these people, they are under too much. Federal government be giving me the kind of vibe that I like. When they give us action, we give them back reaction. When they knock us pakam, we knock them back to poko. When they do, we do too. Them things say na them do pass. What do? Let us keep matching energy like this as they hot, so that they can taste just how sweet their medicine is.
Make everybody keep his mouth and his ears sharp and your fingers ready to type. And Africans should be ready to learn, because this one now, wait till they see now, is another level of Nigeria proving its power. You get the point, Abi? You suppose get the point. If you don't get the point, I am mumu too much. In fact, I want especially my dear Ghanaians to observe and learn from Nigeria. Ghanaians, I beg, make una observe well and learn from these Nigerians. Because what they have shown you and Africans in general is exactly what Africa needs to do to get its respect back from America, Europe, and any Oyibo man. The man you're seeing on your screen is a British. Can I hear you say British? British, where they visit at them, Sabi Pass. They think that they are the Mr. Know-alls in this life. So this British man, I can put the picture again, man, everybody this here. This British man, when they see, he go Nigeria, I won't do anyhow. Nigeria don't give this man visa to work in Nigeria, establish his businesses in Nigeria, you know, do what he wants to do in Nigeria. As if that one is not enough. You know what this man did? This man said, okay, now that you have given me your visa, now this visa now I go use and take the matrix fellow Nigerians. I go use this visa. I call the 20 hours for Nigerians. You won't go do chakara for Nigerians. I don't know whether he thought he was a Ghana. I beg my Ghanaians, make una calm down. But Shebina, when our Ghanaians love to beg Americans and Europeans to come visit. See, Nigeria presents opportunities for Americans, Europeans, and every other person to come and invest. But Nigeria doesn't beg you to come and invest in Nigeria. Nigeria don't beg Americans, white people, to come to Nigeria. And if you come to Nigeria, you do anyhow, you collect anyhow. In fact, I want South Africans in particular to watch and learn. Nigeria teach, this is a big lesson for Ghanaians and South Africa, but in fact, Ghana on better. South Africans, where will they? Tag them, they should come and learn. Copy the link of this video, share to South Africans. They should come and learn. I wish Nigeria was like, I wish South Africa was like Nigeria. The white man wouldn't come and take over their land and everything and now turn them into beggars in their own country. And they are busy blaming Nigerians. Oh, let all the immigrants go. South Africa, what are they? Let all the immigrants must go. Immigrants must go. When the pioneer immigrants that have taken away your resources and your lands, they are there, controlling everything, and you are busy shouting, Zimbabweans must go. Zimbabwe with your tongue. You don't make a catch one of them. Zimbabweans must go. So Nigerians must go. Where the people that are sitting on your wealth, you are not asking them to go. See what Nigeria is doing now. Look at it perfectly. So the federal government revoked his Nigerian-based visa. The federal government revoked it. They say, Omo, we collect it back. You are no longer welcomed. You know, go call Nigeria, can't do anything. You will not come to Nigeria and treat Nigerians anyhow because you are white. That thing can never happen in Nigeria. They revoke this British man's visa and tell him to go back. Hello, residence and work permit, everything. The man can't do for Nigeria. They no advise him. He wasn't well advised. He made a mistake to come to Nigeria to do that thing in Nigeria. Omo, you make mistake, Oga. We don't want to know your name. We don't even care. We don't want to know your name. But we just want you to know that you joke with the wrong people. Even Julius Malema, the South African, say, I love Nigerians. Because if they step in here and talk, you feel like they are taking over. They are definitely taking over. You cannot come to Nigeria and do anyhow because you go collect woto.
All right, that was an interesting video and a lot of interesting comments in the chat. I see I got
the federal.
Sorry, I see I got kind of thrown under the bus, but I don't mind it. I like the back and forth personally. So you guys have at man. Nama X said something interesting that I actually agree with too. When I hear Nigerian, this is no offense to anyone who's Nigerian. I know Gas doesn't really particularly rock with that term. He rocks with the term of his tribe, and I appreciate that too. He said, I respect that. This is Nama X. But every time I hear the name Nigeria, I just hear a racial slur considering how that name came to be. And Uwa Bantu Max, an interesting question. And I'll tell you, Uwa, I have that same reaction when I hear Arab Republic of Egypt, and all that kind of stuff too. So I have that same feeling. I think Uwa is also from that area called Nigeria. I don't know if he embraces that term though. A lot of conversations going on in the chat. You guys check it out. Let me start with Tanzan. Tanzan's what's her name again? Anita Ivy, I think is the host of this show.
EVI.
Yeah, she said some stuff that sounded like you actually, and I know she's West African and you're East African, but I thought that interesting. She sounded like you with certain things she was saying and laughing at. But what say you to the prompt and to what you saw in that video?
I think it's one of those, events in the random events that make people feel good, which is great. It's good once in a while for these countries to flex their muscles and show their strength. It's good. We've also had a couple of those big incidences where we pat ourselves on the back and we feel like we did something, and that's good. But it's also a very a drop in the ocean, because you know that this that you're still under their auspices. Yeah, they'll ban you, but if you ban them, you suffer more from it. But they did it first. You're only doing it as a reaction, which is still commendable. It's still a strong reaction. But it's more of if you really want to protect your people, you should do it on a large scale. You know, there's people who are still working in the oil business who are not really getting their fair share. If your country has all those supposed resources, your people should be living a relatively, you know, safer life. And we all know this time it was relatively peaceful, I think, but there's still a lot of problems that the people have. And these major corporations are the ones doing it. It's not just this one person. You know, ExxonMobil and all those big companies are still largely, you know, present in Nigeria. So yes, it's a good, you know, it's a good step. What I don't like is, you know, these fellows arrogant attitude about, oh, you know, Ghana, we showed them and all this stuff. Like, just if you have if you do something good, that's great, but there's no need to put down somebody else or to show off and think that, you know, you're the best and so on. It's easy to see someone else's mistakes, especially when you're yourself congratulatory about a recent win, you know. But you know, yeah, there are those borders, unfortunately, and so on. But if they want to be also respected, they all should also just respect other people's. Everybody had different experiences in their countries. Everybody managed, you know, one way or another to forge some kind of, you know, working system under the larger one. So I don't think that he is really, you know, it's fair for him to criticize, especially Ghana, you know, because, you know, for all that Nigeria has done, they haven't really been that welcoming to, you know, to the diaspora and Africans, and Ghana at least has done that, you know, for whatever reasons. So yeah, I think that it's a nice, you know, it's a nice feel good story, you know. I'm definitely for that, but it's still very small in the larger picture. And yeah. Yeah, that's it for me.
Thank you, Tan. Brother Bakari in the chat had asked how Nigeria racial slur, and I think Gas kind of sums it up there. You know, it was named after this what's this guy's name? Lugard, right? The Governor General who was down there from Britain. That was his side chick, literally a woman named, I think it's Flora Shaw, who gave the name. They say it's based on the Niger River, but yeah, a side chick gave that name. But with that said, Bakari, what say you to all of this?
Well, I say kick all of them out, not just Europeans. Stop talking about Nigerian people is so nice and they let people in unless you're rude or whatever. Stop letting people come to your country who have dominated you all these years. Stand up and stop letting and you take your stuff back. That's what I have to say about that. But I was still wondering how Nigeria was a racial slur, and that what I was always thought it came from the Niger area. See, if we're gonna start saying something, that's a whole nother topic, man. There's something in the chat. I can't talk about that over here. We ain't gonna talk about it up because there's something in the chat. But everybody have a name that's not their African name, so everything just a damn racial slur and shit. I'm just saying. But
Bakari, that's an excellent thing you said just now. We all have a racial slur name, right? Considering it's not our African name. You know, but go ahead, Bakari. Sorry.
So let's just kick all the foreigners out. It is so easy. It is so easy to kick all of them out. It's your country. You say it's your country. Nigeria is your country. The Niger area come from the Niger River. Niger, and you're in that area, Niger area, Nigeria. So since that's where you are, it's your country, kick them out. Ghana, Cameroon, and any black African country over there should be allowed, should be strong enough to kick all them damn foreigners out and stop talking about we are so nice. We still ain't figured out being so nice is what got us is in this damn predicament, being so nice, allowing people to come and set up their military where you live, being so nice. We are so nice. We are so nice. That nice shit ain't got us nowhere but in this damn predicament that we in right now.
I feel you, Bakari. Bakari, where's Kibwe this week?
Oh, he was downstairs working out. He had to work out late tonight because of his work schedule.
Oh, okay, no problem. Shout out to Kibwe, by the way. Yeah, that's
Wait, I can't hear you. Did you stop talking?
Oh shit! I was talking on mute. Thanks, Oni. I was saying the chat has a good conversation going on. You guys should check it out. Trigger Happy's involved. Uwa, Obantom is involved. Gas them up. Lero, Oni. You guys check out the conversation going on. It's just too much for me to read up here, guys. So I won't read it. But you guys check out Bakari's out there in the chat. I got Bakari just now. Did I get Tanzan? I think I got Carl. What say you to this?
So my thoughts on this, this dude, he was out of pocket. He got kicked out of the country as he should, but like to Tanzan's point, this is just one man. What are we doing about the multinational corporations that are stealing the oil and polluting the Niger Delta? So, I mean, yeah, you got one guy out, but are you going to get Shell out? Are you going to get Exxon out? Are you going to get BP out? This is it's bigger than just one man. So to that point, it's almost like it's performative. It's like, hey, we did it, we got, and you got this whole multinational corporation that's destroying your ecosystem and stealing your wealth. That we're not worried about that, but there's one white guy who was rude. Yeah, fuck him. It just seems like you're making a mountain out of a molehill. In reality, you got this whole infrastructure, the whole global colonial system that's attacking you. So just one guy, yeah, fuck him. But you got a whole system in place that robs not just Nigeria, not just Ghana, but the entire continent of Africa. So to Bakari's point, yeah, get these crackers out of here. What are they doing? I understand, we live in a global society, so we have to trade with each other, to a certain degree. I get it, but the trade is not fair. It's not done on a base of equals. They have to keep Africa and other parts of the global South impoverished to exploit them for their resources. So, one dude, one motherfucker is not really a big deal. I get, the ego boost, and it feels good. I get it. But until you're attacking these systems, until you're attacking the whole structure of European neo-colonialism, then you're not really doing anything. So that's just my thoughts on that. I think that it's good, but you got to go a little bit further than that. And they're not really doing that. So that's just my thoughts on that.
I appreciate your call for that. Oni, what say you to all of it?
Yeah, so as far as like they said, I mean, this is the thing. I like small victories too. I like when people win battles. I like when white people fuck around and white people find out. I mean, do I wish it were more often? Absolutely. Do I think white people will try to come back with a slick talking? Absolutely. But when black folk say, I ain't with that, right? That's a W in my book. You know what I mean? It's not like, obviously it's not the end of the war, but that's the thing that people have to understand too. War isn't just one. You know what I mean? Like, you win through a series of battles, and the reality is this: it could have went either way. It could have went that this white boy fucked around and he didn't find out. You know what I mean? Because that happens to a lot of people. That happens a lot of times. You know what I mean? So the fact that a white boy would fuck around and find out, I like it. I like whenever black folk stand up to our collective enemies. You know what I mean? I like that whenever. Now, do I wish black folk had a more engaging and more involved political consciousness? Absolutely. You know what I mean? But I don't expect that. You know, I don't expect it because I know that most people aren't really messing with the same literature that I might be messing with, you know? So when, you know, a broken clock is, you know, when a broken clock tells the right time, I say, okay, that's the right time. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what I would say.
Thank you for that, Oni. I noticed that, by the way, I noticed Nation State of Mind, Omawali Africa, give you props for sharing that Carlos Cook's book and magazine. So I saw that. Kudos to you for that too, by the way.
Oh, yeah. By the way, if anybody wants that Carlos Cook's book, Carlos Cook's, like, he really is a fundamental read. I feel like I'm appreciating him even more. I'm about to drop it in the link. I'm about to drop it in the chat. But you guys, make sure y'all read Carlos Cook's. A lot of people don't know his backstory, but like between Garvey and Malcolm X, right? Like there's a period of time when there was a BAMF, you know, a badass motherfucker, you know, and that was Carlos Cook's, and like we really don't know enough about him, but we should. So I'm gonna drop that link in the chat. And yeah, you know, you know, brother pointed it out.
Yeah, good stuff. I did a show a while back now. What was the show again? The War Against God, which was inspired by Carlos Cook. So you guys go check out that episode too. I'll try to repost it again sometime this week if I can remember. Only just drop the link to the Google Docs for the Carlos.
My fault. That was the wrong link. Let me get another link.
All right, cool. So Oni's going to drop that link to Carlos Cook. You guys should read Carlos Cook. That is such a great piece of literature. It's also his essays, but it's also like it's also the magazine that they had. That is so, man, you get to really see the through line between Garvey to like Malcolm X and stuff. I think that's so dope, man. I see you guys having robust conversation on the chat. Keep it up. I just want to say one thing though. You know, I used to be on here talking about the African-centered curriculum, and I'm still dealing with that behind the scenes. I don't talk about it as much publicly anymore, but all the information that some of you brothers have on regions in the continent that could help create a Pan-African curriculum that exposes all of us to all these, you know, albeit the Berlinist states, but these areas that have these names that are nations, Nigeria, Ghana, etc. You know, you guys really should be putting together a couple of bullet points, you know, on histories and stories, mythologies. Like we all need to pass this down to our kids, I find. And I think that will make the transition for us when you're talking about repatriation. I think that would make that a little bit easier for us if we are familiar with all these different, you know, stories and histories from the continent. So you guys who have all this knowledge, Bobby Wright, Trigger Happy, Uwa, all you guys, man, I'm on the Discord. Hop on the Discord. Let's break this stuff down. Now I see D-Web posted this link. Let me see what this is. Let me play it. I guess it pertains to what we're talking about. So he's talking. Oh, okay. So this is a part of the conversation they were having in the chat about the IMF and stuff like that. So you guys could check out that link that Web posted in the chat. But yeah, I think we need to really talk about these histories and whatnot. Does anyone else want to add any last words to this prompt? All right, no one else? Okay. Would you believe my Windows just froze up? Hold on a second. Damn it. I'm going to have to go on Discord and pull this. What was the next topic again? Is this man cooking? Okay, hold on a second. I got to bear with me a second. My Word, sorry, not Windows. My Word just froze up. I don't know why that is. Let me see if I could find this topic on the Discord again. Hold on. Damn it. Okay, here it is. So this is going to be Shoot the Breeze topic number 7, I believe. Sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulty.
Take your time, brother. Take your time.
Thank you for that, Carl.
Nah, hurry up.
Thank you for that, Oni.